Boys, the Call of Duty franchise has been changing slowly over the last few years, and today it is more evident than ever that they are having an identity crisis. For longtime fans of the franchise, it feels like the game is torn between two extremes and can't quite decide how it wants to present itself moving forward. Today, I want to take some time to talk about what is causing this internal struggle and how Call of Duty is completely missing the mark on what they should be doing. Be sure to let me know what your thoughts on everything are in the comments below, and without further ado, let's tune in. So I'm going to break it down for you right up front, right out of the gate. The truth is that Call of Duty wants to siphon off the younger demographic that games like Fortnite attract currently, and in an effort to do so, they have been slowly changing the way that they operate their game. We have seen this in how they handle matchmaking, their efforts to make things more casual and approachable with Warzone, and even how they've introduced a cartoony filter over some of the playlists in Black Ops 6 in recent events. Probably the most blatant pandering we've seen to the Fortnite crowd, though, is what they have chosen for their recent collaborations and operator skins that they have been adding to their shop. The Fortniteification of skins is something that has affected everything in the modern gaming landscape, from Rainbow Six Siege to Valorant, and it has reared its ugly, cartoony head in Call of Duty now as well. A game franchise that used to feature cool military sim skins or badass action hero operators now features a farting unicorn warrior, or an anime gamer girly, or Stan Smith, or one of an endless number of pot-smoking skins. You get the picture. The devs think that if they pack their shop with goofy, cartoony skins, the kids who were raised on Fortnite will feel right at home and flock over in droves. So we've talked about what Activision is choosing to do to try and entice this other audience to check out their game. But now let's talk about why they're doing this. In my opinion, it's clear why they want a younger demographic playing their game. A lot of the classic CoD fans are getting older. It's just the reality of the situation. When your main demographic is in their late 20s, 30s, or even 40s, and has increasingly less free time on average and a lower interest in gaming in general, it's clear that the franchise needs to bring in new blood if they're going to survive. On top of that, the literal greed demons at Activision need all the cash possible to sustain their existence in our realm, and they figure that the Fortnite kids have already been conditioned to accept expensive skin bundles and a new battle pass every couple of weeks, so they're the perfect group to replace the current players. So financial reasons aside, the reality is Call of Duty does need to bring in new players. Despite how the rest of this video sounds, I'm actually not against that, at least in concept. I know that people will leave and new players need to be given a reason to check out the game. I just personally think that Activision is completely missing the point with how they are choosing to do things. For one, they are kind of cutting off their nose to spite their face by making changes that attract new customers that they know will actively push away their current core demographic. You may think I'm overreacting with my takes on the reception to recent skins, but I can't tell you how many people I've talked with who mention that they've been taken out of their gaming experience while playing Call of Duty by these over-the-top, flashy skins that clash with the tone the game tries to set. On top of alienating their current player base, they are completely missing the point if they're trying to pick up the Fortnite kids as they transition out of that game. Activision's idea is basically this. We want the youth to play our game, they like Fortnite, they are used to the experience in that game, so we need to imitate how Epic Games does things and what kind of skins they put in their game if we want these players to join our game. The thing that Activision is actively forgetting though is, when you are a kid, as you get older, the last thing you want to do is what you were doing when you were a younger kid. The Fortnite crowd isn't going to want more Fortnite when they move on. They're going to want the opposite. They're going to want something gritty, serious, mature, which is exactly what Call of Duty used to be. Think about it. The shows you watched when you were younger, the music you listened to, and yes, the video games you played, all eventually become lame and embarrassing in your mind as you grow up. The kids that grew up on Fortnite will not be looking for a game that is just like that with goofy characters and bright colors. They'll want something more serious, gritty, and real. Something like how Call of Duty used to be. they completely missed the mark. If they stayed the course on how things were, they would have had a chance of picking up the Fortnite kids when they graduated from that game and jumped ship. But now they're just coming off as Fortnite's weird, creepy uncle. They are so desperate to hang out with the cool kids, and I'm sure that it comes off as trying too hard for a lot of people who check out the game. I personally think that the current skins and collabs in Black Ops 6 cause secondhand embarrassment when you see some of these operators on your team in multiplayer or warzone. And it's a big reason that I personally don't spend more of my free time playing this game over other titles. The thing is, I'm sure I'm not alone in that sentiment. I really think that if they shift back towards a more mature, gritty tone, they will be pleased to see that Fortnite players will naturally graduate from the more kiddie aesthetics and seek out something that they consider cool. It's up to Activision to decide if they want to get back to the roots of what made the Call of Duty franchise exciting to players to begin with, or if they want to just continue to try existing as a series that is trying to appeal to everyone, but failing to actually leave a lasting impression on anyone. Hey guys, Editing Haunted House here. Originally this is where this video ended. However, there have been some recent events, given the topic of this video, that are pretty interesting and pretty relevant. We saw the reveal of Battlefield 6. Finally, something that a lot of us have been waiting a long time to see an official announcement for. We got the trailer for the single player campaign. As of me recording this, we have not seen the multiplayer in any official capacity yet. However, based on what I've seen, it looks like it is going for a gritty, realistic, more modern tone, kind of filling a gap that has been left by Call of Duty recently. Only time will tell how the game is and how it will perform against Black Ops 7, but it is possible that the developers over at Battlefield saw a gap in the market and are seeking to finally seize it and establish themselves as the go-to place for realistic, war-based games. As somebody who played Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4, consider me interested. Right up until we see a bunch of brightly colored unicorn skins and pot references, right? I guess we'll see. But we'll talk about that more in the future. Back to the original ending of this video. Who knows? Those are just my thoughts on everything. Make sure to leave yours in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you have not already, be sure to sub to the channel so you don't miss out on our next great video. If you could leave a little like or dislike on the video as well, that would mean a lot and really help us push this video out into the algorithm. Thanks, I really appreciate it. But with all that said, I'm off to work on my next video. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch the video today. I'm Haunted House, and as always, make sure to eat well, stay hydrated, take care of yourself and those around you. And I'll see you in the next one, friends.